have got medals, Catania, Sobrero and Paladin. But this time they don't have the likes of Elisa Longo-Borghini, who's pretty much always ridden the mixed relay team time trial. She's won silver in 2022, bronze last year. She's always been part of it, bronze in 2021. But she only
Yeah, she'll be a huge contender in the road race, but as we've mentioned, it's such a challenging environment here in Rwanda. I wonder if flying in so late for the event, could be a disadvantage. It's very hard to adapt to the climate here. I think a lot of athletes have underestimated the altitude.
Primoz Roglic is flying in on Friday.
Well, there's two, in my opinion, there's two tactics. You come in really early or you come in very last minute. So we'll see.
We'll see who pays off.
Not great for the Italian team. They don't have the strength of Elisa Longo-Borghini today, but she'll be focusing on the women's road race on Saturday. You can see here the radio in the stomach, and the earpiece you can see as well. That's radio communication between the riders and the director. The riders won't use it too much because that means they will increase their frontal surface area if they move. So they don't want to move. But they are getting instructions from the team vehicle behind them, which means they can stay in their aero position and don't need to put their head up too much, because the director will say road turning left, road turning right, move a little bit this way, that way, or your teammate behind you struggling. So there's a lot of advantages having that communication with the team director in the team car behind. But this is a first ever at the World Championships where the team car is equipped with a GPS device that is giving all information of wind, elevation of the road, temperature, every single thing at every single point of the race that is relayed to the UCI's central control centre.
Yeah.
So the UCI has also all of that data for safety reasons. They can also see if a rider's been dropped or has left the course, or all of that kind of thing. So it's a huge development in technology and science for team time trialling, any time trialling event.
That's good to know. They've got all of that information in these cars.
Australian men just wishing each other good luck.
They're getting ready. The German team are the penultimate team to go. It's the team: Miguel Heidemann, Louis Riedart and Jonas Rutsch about to go. And the start of Germany. Here's the arrival of the World Cycling Centre to the finish. They're outside the time of People's Republic of China. They're almost at the conclusion of this time trial, the World Cycling Centre. A little bit ragged. But the World Cycling Centre finish now with the fourth fastest time. They slot in behind Rwanda and Ethiopia, with China in the lead.
I have a feeling they would have liked line and move into the hot seat because it's a bit of a shake of the head and disappointment.
Place at the moment,
but
for this wonderful
can't always go perfect on the day, you know, especially in a team event where you have six riders that need to be on their best on the same day.
But China still there.
Yeah, they'll be very, very happy to spend a lot of time now that we've had 6 teams cross the line and they are still in the hot seat. So 6 teams out of 15 on the start list. A very interesting thing about today's team time trial is that there's 15 teams in the mixed relay starting, and they will all gain UCI points. So even if they finish 15th, there will be 10 points awarded that will be divided between the 6 riders, but the nation will take the 10 UCI points. So it's a big opportunity for nations to gain UCI points, and the reason they want to gain those UCI points is so they can have more numbers of riders at the next World Championships.
Very important then that every single second counts out here on the road. Switzerland are riding extremely well. Look at them.
Yeah, they do mean business.
They do.
They're a medal chance. Are they a gold medal chance? That's the big question. So I think personally out of the top 3 teams I've labelled, so we've got France, Australia and Switzerland, it'll be about how much time they've spent together, how much time they've had here on the course, they know the course, how well they know each other. Just, it's such a team event. So it doesn't matter how one individual is coping with the climate or what the condition and their health is. It's all about compatibility with your teammates and how much time you spent together.
Here's the start of the final team. This is Australia. Michael Matthews, Luke Plapp and Jay Vine. Jay Vine clearly on form, medalist in the elite time trial the other day, second on the stage of the Vuelta in the time trial. Luke Plapp, a stage winner at Giro d'Italia this year. And lovely to see Michael Matthews back and racing. He's about to get underway in the World Championships for his home nation. These 3 riders roll away. Michael Matthews, of course, incredibly was discovered in 2025 this year in the summer as we were getting ready for the Tour de France, a pulmonary embolism which was life-threatening, and he says he's grateful to be alive. Well, he's here in the World Championships now. He had to have after that discovery, because he said, I was thinking that as we just see Switzerland coming up to this first split, it's going to be interesting against Spain how Switzerland are. And it's going to be really, really close. 6.9 seconds between those squads. So Switzerland now the fastest team on the course. But Michael Matthews was saying that he just wasn't feeling good on some of his efforts. And eventually the doctor checked everything, and they found this embolism. And they basically said if he hadn't had it discovered, then a couple of days later he would be dead.
It's an interesting thing I just thought about as you were speaking, Anthony, is that a fortunate thing that athletes have is that they are pushing their bodies to extremes very often, which means they are medically tested a lot. So rather than a general person that doesn't go to the doctor so often or thinks maybe I just have the flu or whatever, being an athlete, you have a team of doctors around you that are always testing to make sure you're at your optimal performance. So
Mauritius finish, 4th fastest, Rochelle, 4th fastest for Mauritius. Yeah, you're right. And as Mauritius crossed the line there, he's lucky that he had all of that around him.
Yeah, absolutely, because sometimes these things can just go undetected until it's too late, and very fortunate for Michael Matthews.
Great to see him back in racing, though. But here's the story of the day so far, because Spain's women are approaching the line. They've caught Ukraine in front of them, and they're about to put themselves into the hot seat. The question is whether they're going to surprise everybody and get themselves a medal this afternoon, because this is a fantastic performance by the Spanish team combined, men and women. The Spanish team gave them, at the end of the relay, they gave them what? 2 minutes and 3 seconds on the Chinese squad, and here at the finish they're going to have doubled it, or more than doubled it. That's an impressive performance from Spain.
The Spanish women there coming into the finish looked so professional. You could see that they had their hands together, which is decreasing the frontal surface area. That tells me they've been in the wind tunnel. They've been training together. They have put a lot of effort into this World Championship mixed team relay. So, yeah, I think a medal from Spain's going to be, well, that time that they've just posted might make a few of the other teams a little bit nervous.
Well, I think it might do, because that's an impressive performance from Spain.
The other thing is taking the World Championship here seriously. A lot of these athletes at the top end elite level, they've been in heat chambers, climate change chambers with altitude for 6 weeks, around 6 weeks prior to coming to Rwanda, just to be, acclimatized. So then they only have fewer aspects of the traveling, the jet lag, the air quality, things like that to adapt to, rather than the altitude and the heat. They've already spent 5 weeks. We've got trouble here with the...
France are just getting into their rhythm as they go downhill. France are now the fastest team on the course, though. They've gone through that first split with a time that's 9 seconds faster than Switzerland and 15 seconds faster than the team of Spain. So this French squad is really moving now. They look good.
Well, the French men have completed their lap and they're sitting there hoping that the women can bring it home for them. And I just wonder, like...
Well, they're just discussing what goes on here.
Enhorabuena, lo primero. Venga, cuando estéis recuperadas, coger las bicis y bajaros, que están los chicos allí. A ver qué ocurre, ¿vale? Venga.
I'm wondering how much that Alejandro Valverde is now the new Spanish road cycling coach for the men. But I'm wondering how much impact he might be having across the board.
Oh, huge impact. If you have a rider like that with that much experience.
Yeah.
As a head of a, even if it's just the men's discipline, it's obviously has time to educate the women as well and just give them that little bit of motivation and experience and knowledge and, words, just a few words for an athlete can go a very long way.
But also because he was such a winner, he's going to put into that squad, we're here to win. We're not here to mess around. We're here to win medals. And that gives them a lot of belief. Well, the Italian team are in disarray. They make their way uphill. They've already lost a rider, and that's a surprise. Sobrero has been dropped. Now, Sobrero's won a stage of the Giro d'Italia in an individual time trial. This guy is no slouch when it comes to a time trial, but he's obviously having an absolutely horrible day. You can see how much this is hurting.
He's not happy and he doesn't want to give up. There's not much chance of him getting back on because it's not a great day. They've decided that we're going to leave him now, and he's just fighting to get back on, which is very, very difficult. The Australian team out there now, very, very early in this mixed team relay. They look really dialed in.
They certainly do. They're looking very strong.
But as you said, the first time check, France went through the fastest, and they have been labelled the outright favourites for today, so they haven't disappointed at the first time check. with the men. They'll still have the women to do their lap afterwards. We now look at the Italian riders out on the course. Switzerland, they're still looking really good as well. So we know that they're a medal chance. They have 2 gold medals in this discipline in previous years, and today they're looking really, really good. So 3 of them still together. Early stages of this race, they still have the 3 women from Switzerland. You can see that their compatibility is, at this point, before the fatigue really sets in, is very, very professional. Very short turns. We've all got the maximum sock height, so there has been penalties given out for. It's an interesting rule if you're new to cycling about the length of the socks. They have to be midway between the knee and the ankle. They can't be any higher than that point. And some of the riders pull them up after they have them checked, and then they receive a penalty. The reason for that rule. So we just go back to the Belgian women now coming in. As
On the last 200 meters.
a very, very tough final 200 metres. You can see the pain on the face there.
Look in the faces, they fight. Everyone is a winner. Everyone is giving just what is possible.
Spanish women, they were super fast. I don't think the Belgian women are going to bring it home to be in that ballpark, but as we said, they lost their strongest rider last night. Let's hope she's okay for Saturday's women's road race. Goossens, she finished 21st in the individual time trial, but unfortunately due to the altitude, she fell last night. She hit her head and had stitches, so wasn't able to compete today. But this effort here, I mean, a professional position on the front. They're just protecting a second rider. No doubt has a lot more power in the legs, but needs to ensure that she gets the second rider across the line. A few troubles there. Two minutes and 20. Men have to complete one lap, and then they'll pass it over to their 3 women. So intermediate split for the men from Germany. They are 28 seconds down with an average speed of 41.6 kilometres to that point. The crowd have been out there since 9 o'clock this morning watching the riders training on the course, and now watching the racing. The fan zone is absolutely completely packed. Well, on paper, these 3 men are so experienced. I think we'll see a great time posted by them. They are the reigning champions in this discipline. We just look at the aerodynamics there and the materials they use in the skin suits. Spoke about the sock height. Some of the riders that spend more time on the front to reduce their frontal surface area and the wind drag. They even go to the extent of not having a dial or a clip on the edge of their shoe, and they use shoelaces instead. So the bowler clip on the edge of the shoe doesn't catch the wind. It's such a technical aspect, aerodynamics of the time trial. So the Swiss are down to 2. The men are bringing it home in the last couple of kilometres until they pass over to the women. And the 3 minutes 29 seconds at the last time check behind France, who were the favourites for today. And the Australian women are waiting for the men to complete their lap. Amanda Spratt on the left, a veteran of women's cycling, so experienced. Yeah. It's the end of the day for one of the riders of France, but they would have planned that. They finish off with 2 riders. They only need 2 men to cross the line before they send the women off. Well, it's interesting that little gap was lost between the wheels there of the Australian team. Just makes it every little second's going to count on this circuit. The Italian men also down to 2 riders. The French men also down to 2 riders. The Australians, they have 3.
Do you think this is tactical, or it's to do with just the fatigue of the riders, how they've decided to end up with 2 riders like this?
Talking about the Italian team, particularly on our screen right now, I think they would have liked to have 3 men stay together a little bit longer than this. So unfortunately they've lost 1 man early.
Here's the arrival, though, of the team of Switzerland as they fly their way towards the end point for the men. They are absolutely zooming. They are happy with this performance. They come up. The fastest time to here is Spain, 25 minutes 50.93. So they're still in the ballpark, Spain. 27 seconds faster, the team of Switzerland, as the Swiss women get underway now. Swiss women, Jasmin Lehti, Marlon Reusser, the new world time trial champion, and Naomi Rugg. This is a very good team, but for me the difficulty here is that Reusser is so quick.
I think we're going to see Reusser on the front for the entire time trial.
Do you?
There may be a little quick short turn just to give her a little bit of reprieve, but she won the individual time trial here at the World Championship. She's the strongest woman in the world in the peloton.
Yeah.
So if she just goes out and does her strongest 21 kilometres, it may be stronger. It may be more efficient than changing riders.
A little bit like this, where Bruno Amirai is dragging Paul Sextus to the top of this mountain. Sextus is not finding this course to his liking. He's still there. He didn't like the time trial the other day. He is absolutely